around certain points in your journey, just as things are about to change in the most beautiful way. It seems like everything stops. It's a deep sense of stillness, like you're stuck in time. Life isn't broken, but it's also not flowing either. It's just held. You feel like you're being held in a place that your mind can't quite describe or name. The people you love and live with might seem like they are a million miles away. You can hear them from a long way away, and their words sound like echoes from a world you no longer fully belong to. You used to be driven by your dreams and goals. They were what got you up in the morning. But now they feel empty and pointless. It feels like even your deepest desires have lost their magnetic pull. These are the things that used to guide you and push you forward. This feeling of being held back can be very uncomfortable or even scary. We've all been taught that moving all the time is the only way to make progress, and that being busy means you're alive and have a purpose. But the way you feel now is not the same as breaking down. This doesn't mean you failed spiritually or that you are stuck. Right now, you are going through a holy and powerful upgrade. The universe is lovingly setting up a new reality for your soul, like a new operating system. In the amazing field of quantum physics, scientists have seen something that perfectly describes what you're going through. A tiny particle, like an electron, must first go through a state called quantum superposition before it can move to a state with more energy. In our minds, this is not a pause. It's the most alive and powerful moment you can think of. Everything that could happen in the future exists at the same time and in the same place in this state. All of them are real and there to wait until a conscious observer makes a choice. At this very moment, you are that particle. You are at the point where all the possible timelines meet, and you can feel the beautiful, heavy weight of all the things you could be. Welcome to a place that is neither a waiting room nor a prison. The next, most amazing part of your life is being planned and created right now on this cosmic loading screen. This feeling of not knowing what to do will be fought by your logical mind, the part of you that wants proof and certainty. It'll let you know when something is wrong. But the quantum realm, which is the very fabric of reality, works on rules that are much more complicated than what our linear minds can understand. What's really happening is that your old energetic self is slowly dissolving. Think about how your whole life has been a beautiful, intricate web of energies, beliefs, and vibrational patterns up to this point. This web has kept you safe in a certain reality, maybe for all of your life. Now, though, your soul, or true self, has decided it's time to go higher. So that whole structure, that whole web, needs to start to slowly fall apart. This is not a chaotic collapse. It is being taken apart carefully and in a planned way. You can no longer keep promises you made to yourself and other people. When you no longer need a belief, it just melts away like sugar in water. Your first experience of this amazing transformation is a feeling of emptiness because it takes place in the invisible world of energy before it manifests in your physical life. It makes you feel like you've lost your old drive and direction. In my mind, this seems like a very bad choice. On the other hand, it's really the loudest and clearest sign that things are about to go better than you could ever imagine. Mystics and wise people have known about this experience for a very long time. They've named it the sacred pause, the dark space where new things can grow before they can be born into the light. Your consciousness is changing places right now, which is a very important time. Getting back in tune with the exact frequency of the life you've been praying for, hoping for, and asking for. The old ways of being, the old ways of surviving, and the old identities you wore to get through your old world are no longer useful. These things don't fit with where you're going because they are from an older version of you that is going away. Right now, your only job is not to freak out and try to fill this holy void with noise and frantic activity. To breathe, is it? Take a deep breath in and appreciate this space as a gift. There is something in this silence. It is bursting with a divine quantum intelligence that is rebuilding your whole life in ways that your mind can't even begin to understand. Now, modern science is starting to catch up with this old knowledge. Neuroscience has shown us how powerful brain plasticity is. Brain plasticity is the brain's amazing ability to change how it works. Researchers have found that these times of complete silence and mental stillness are very important for building new neural pathways. Your whole nervous system needs to reset as you get ready to be a higher and more beautiful energy. It's like your brain is updating its software, and every cell in your body is learning how to hold more light and energy. You have to go through this period of integration. It is a command from God. The heavy, chaotic energy of your past can't be brought into the clean, orderly reality that is waiting for you. To receive, you have to let go. Picture a great composer standing in front of a large orchestra right before the music starts. There is complete silence in the whole concert hall. The musicians are getting ready with their instruments. There is a lot of excitement in the air. There's no point in being quiet. This is the very base on which the masterpiece will be built. Think of a skilled archer pulling back the string on their bow. The tension in that pull doesn't mean you're not sure what to do. The power that will make the arrow fly farther and straighter than any amount of work could ever do. Dear soul, life is slowly pulling you back right now, to push you forward on a path that goes beyond what you thought was possible, not to hold you back. Write "I trust" in the comments if this speaks to your heart, to show that you are giving up control. This act should be a promise to yourself and the universe that you will honor this sacred pause. As you type these words, you become grounded in the powerful frequency of faith. This lets go of your need to control and lets you flow with the divine intelligence that is orchestrating your beautiful becoming. Physicists use the term non-locality to describe how the quantum field, which is the invisible energy that links everything, works. This is a crazy idea. Information can instantly travel between two places faster than light, even if there is nothing physically linking them. Right now, your consciousness is going through this. You are already linked to your future timeline through a process called entanglement as you get ready to start a new life. You are getting information back from the version of yourself that is already living that beautiful future. That version of you is healed, happy, and rich. Your present self is downloading the new instructions, feelings, and awareness from your future self. This is what makes you feel suspended right now. This is the reason you will have these sudden moments of knowing everything. You'll have a moment of complete clarity about a choice that has been making you crazy for years. Deep insights will come to you out of nowhere, but they will feel more real than anything you've ever known. It's not just a bunch of thoughts. As the gap between who you are now and who you are becoming begins to collapse, these are quantum messages, loving transmissions from your future self, trickling through the veil between your two timelines. This is the secret that separates those who jump into their new reality with grace from those who stay stuck and feel like they're stuck in a loop. A lot of people get this sacred suspension wrong. When they feel the stillness, they get scared. They think the emptiness is proof that they have failed, so they try very hard to fill it with the old, familiar noise, the low-frequency distractions from their past. But fighting this process will only keep you in the space between worlds for longer. The people who learn how to get through this threshold are the ones who welcome the quiet. They don't see it as a lack of progress. Instead, they see it as the best proof of it. Once you can change this way of thinking, when you can see the strange calm in your life as proof that your new reality is setting in, you will start to notice the small signs that the universe is changing all around you. An unexpected conversation with a stranger that changes your life. The release of pain that has been building up for years. All of a sudden, you understand questions that have been bothering you. These are not picks. They are the universe fine-tuning your frequency so that you are in perfect sync with the timeline that wants to bring you home. If you feel like you don't belong anywhere right now, like you don't know where you're going but know for sure you can never go back, then I want you to celebrate. There is no doubt that your transformation is going to happen because you are in the right energetic space. I will not only show you how to get through this phase, but also how to use it as fuel for your quantum leap in the next few slides. Once you know what this suspension is really about, you will stop fighting it and start flowing with it. You will move toward your next reality with trust, precision, and the strong pull of your own beautiful destiny. A quantum leap doesn't usually start with a big bang or a lightning bolt from heaven. This is one of the things people get wrong about them. Most of the time, it starts with a quiet feeling of friction. It's not a loud, dramatic friction that breaks your world apart in an instant. Instead, it's a more subtle, confusing feeling, like your life's parts don't seem to fit together anymore. When relationships used to feel safe, they now feel like cages. You used to be passionate and excited about your job, but now it feels draining and empty. You might even start to hear a voice inside your head that sounds strange, like someone you used to know but can't remember. During this phase, there is a difference in frequency. Now is the exact time when your soul starts to vibrate at a higher, faster frequency. However, some parts of your outer life are still stuck in the old, slower frequency. This is called decoherence in quantum mechanics. When two systems, in this case your inner growth and your outside circumstances, stop vibrating in sync, you can't ignore the tension that builds up. This stress is not a sign that you did something wrong, please understand. The universe is sending you a loving and clear message that your current reality doesn't have the room or power to hold the beautiful energy of where you are going. Imagine using a computer from 20 years ago to run a piece of software that is very advanced and from the future. It's too much for the old hardware to handle. After a while, the system would slow down, have bugs, and finally crash. It's not because the software is bad, but because the hardware really needs to be updated. It's your quantum leap that makes it better. You may feel like your conversations, even with people you love very much, are shallow and empty during this time of conflict. It's not that they've changed or that you don't care about them anymore. It's because you are now vibrating at a frequency that doesn't match up with their present situation. There is no doubt that you are communicating in different energetic ways. They are talking from the past, but you can already pick up signals from the future. Even though it may feel very lonely, this is solid proof that you are breaking free from the group energy that was keeping you stuck in a pattern. Most people start to question everything at this point in their lives. They ask, why does it feel like I'm falling apart when I'm supposed to be evolving? You are not falling apart, that's the beautiful truth. It's just that you are losing touch with your old timeline. This feeling of discord is exactly what is pushing you toward the new one. Think of being on a boat that is tied to the shore with one foot and a boat that is drifting out to sea with the other foot. You will have to decide which boat to join at some point. Finding the right one for your soul's frequency will always feel like coming home, even if it means leaving the safe shore you know. Your old timeline is based on struggle, density, and the slow, step-by-step logic of cause and effect. Your new timeline is powered by the energy of flow, coherence, and quantum causation that happens right away. You can't use the old rules to get around in the new one, just like you can't charge your phone with a candle. The technologies are very different from one another. This is why everything from your old life starts to feel so strange, and the things that used to work for you now don't seem to work at all. This is where a huge number of good souls get stuck. It is very hard for the mind to let go of what is dissolving because it is afraid of the unknown. It speaks to you in a whisper, trying to get you to fix what's broken, mend what's falling apart, and rebuild what you can't remember. In the quantum field, however, trying to bring something old back to life is an energetic step backward. What you think is destruction is actually your soul getting rid of all the heavy density, like the limiting beliefs, the painful patterns, and the false identities that you can't bring with you to your new timeline's higher vibrations. You can't jump faster if you rush to put the old pieces back together. To speed up your journey 1,000,000 times, you need to find the courage to let them go with grace. If you believe this to be true, make a choice right now by writing "I release" in the comments or here. There is more to this than just a comment. It is a holy ceremony of letting go. By typing these words, you're letting your soul let go of the old stories, beliefs, and energies that don't serve you anymore. This makes room for your new reality to come in quickly. You might feel like your inner emotional world is very intense right before your quantum leap becomes your new reality. It's almost like someone turned up the volume on all of your feelings. At one point, you might be flying high with a strong belief that something amazing is about to happen. Next thing you know, a wave of doubt could hit you, telling you that you might be making everything up or being too optimistic. This is not a sign that you are emotionally unstable. This isn't a spiritual mess. A consciousness that is actively moving between two worlds will have this strong energetic signature. Neuroscientists know how to explain this. Your brain can guess what will happen. Based on everything you've done in the past, it keeps making little predictions about the future. So even though your soul or higher self is pulling you toward a new reality like a magnet, your subconscious mind is still trying to run the old code. The subconscious mind sticks to patterns it knows because it thinks that patterns it knows are safe. In quantum mechanics, this is what superposition is all about. That magical state where many possible realities are happening at the same time. You are living in both timelines at the same time. The old one you are leaving behind, and the new one you are being born into. Your emotions are what make you feel like you're flickering back and forth between these two realities. After a wave of pure joy, you may feel a deep fear. This does not mean that you are going backward. As the quantum field around you tries to find a new, stable coherence, your energy is moving back and forth between these different states. The bigger this emotional swing feels, the closer you are to the collapse, which is the holy moment when one of those timelines solidifies and becomes your only reality. This is why the emotional chaos that comes before a quantum leap can be so hard to handle. Your internal guidance system is moving to a new frequency in real time, which makes everything louder. Any thought you've had, memory you've saved, or attachment you've made is being brought to your attention so you can think about it again. Your consciousness is asking each person with love, does this belong in the beautiful new reality we are making? Or is it a holdover from the past that we can now let go of with love? Because your emotions are the language of your body, this process makes you feel a lot. These chemicals tell your body that you are going to be in an area you have never been before. If you recognize yourself in this emotional storm, say "I am the calm" in the comments to ground yourself in your power. As you read this, remember that even though the energies around you may be swirling, there is a part of you that is the eternal observer and the stable center of the storm. When you type this, you become known not as an emotion, but as a steady presence that can hold any emotion with grace. And your body's main job is to keep you safe. But it often thinks that means keeping you in places that are comfortable, even if they hurt or limit you. During this phase of emotional amplification, you may cry for no apparent reason or laugh out loud with a happiness that seems bigger than your current situation. These aren't signs that you're losing it. They are signs of a deep cleansing of the energy. Your body is letting go of all the heavy energy that doesn't belong in your new timeline's higher frequency. Anger from your childhood, dreams you thought you had forgotten, and old grief that you thought you had dealt with are all coming to the surface to be seen, felt, and finally set free. It's kind of like giving your emotional body a deep clean in the spring. Also, you may notice that your dreams are very vivid, colorful, and sometimes strange. This is your subconscious mind working extra hard to make sense of the change between these two realities. When you're dreaming, you can see things from many past times at once. Pay close attention to any feelings, symbols, or themes that come up over and over again in your dreams. A lot of the time, they have loving messages about the new reality you are moving toward, or gentle reminders of what you still need to let go of in order to finish your journey. A lot of people think that the last test before making a big change in their lives is like a scary test, where the universe stands over them with a clipboard and decides if they are good enough to move on. That being said, the truth is much nicer, more personal, and much more empowering. The universe is not telling you that you don't deserve to move on. This is the loving consciousness of yourself doing one last check of the system. It brings to the surface the very last bits of your old self, not to punish you, but to give you a chance to choose to let them go for good. You might look around and see the patterns you thought you had healed all of a sudden. Somebody might say something that makes you feel the same way that an old, painful relationship used to. You might have a worry about money that makes you feel the same way about lack that you worked so hard to get rid of years ago. You might feel a wave of self-doubt that sounds just like the old critic you thought you had shut up. These times are not punishments from God. They don't mean you've failed. They are holy mirrors that reflect back to you the energy you used to have. This is your last chance to decide with all your heart and soul if you still want to live in that frequency. From the point of view of neuroscience, your brain is set up to work quickly. When it comes to neural pathways, it will always try to use the most used ones first. There are reactions, beliefs, and actions that you have practiced over and over again, thousands of times throughout your life. Those old neural highways are still there as you stand on the edge of your quantum leap. They want you to choose them one last time so they can stay in charge. You can't permanently change the way your brain works by fighting old habits. Instead, you have to show a new way of being. Being the new, higher frequency version of yourself is important, even when the old triggers are right in front of you. When you choose to respond with love instead of fear, peace instead of anger, or plenty instead of lack, you weaken the old neural pathway and make the new one stronger. This is the collapse of the old probability wave, according to quantum physics. Both versions of you, the one who reacts to past pain and the one who reacts to present wisdom, exist in superposition until you make that new choice. You collapse the reality of your old self as soon as you act in a way that fits with the timeline you want. And the new you is the only active frequency you send into the universe. The difficulties that arise just before a significant transformation feel so strong and charged with electricity because of this. They stand in for the final, shimmering superposition between the wonderful person you were and the wonderful person you are now. In this last stage, you may notice that the same types of people or situations keep coming up, giving you the same problems in different ways. The universe is not making fun of you or telling you that you still haven't learned your lesson. It's giving you a chance to show yourself how much you've grown out of love. Every interaction turns into a holy point of choice. Will you react based on old programming, or will you react based on your new, expanded self? It's like the quantum field is asking you, show me. Now show me who you are. These last tests can sometimes even look like setbacks. A sudden problem with money just when you thought you had learned how to think about having plenty. A fight in a relationship just when you thought you had gotten over your old ways of reacting. Something going wrong with your health that shows up just as you've been paying extra attention to it. Not at all. These are signs that the work you're doing inside is paying off. They are calls for you to live out your new knowledge in a deeper and more complete way than ever before. At this point, it's less of a test and more of a holy graduation ceremony. It's the moment when you hold the key to your new life and stand at the doorway. All the door wants is for you to answer from the frequency you have worked so hard to develop. You're not just hoping for a new life when you can deal with a sense of lack with a deep understanding of your abundance, with anger with genuine compassion, and with doubt with a strong sense of your own presence. You are locked into it with your vibrations. You don't need the universe to agree with you. The only thing it does is show you the truth of who you are right now. And right now, everything is your being. If you're ready to pass this last loving test, write "I choose anew" in the comments to express your choice. The old probability wave is collapsed by this action, which acts as a strong signal. You are choosing to act from your more evolved self instead of your old programming. These words should be the start of showing off your future instead of going over the past again. The one thing no one ever tells you about having a quantum leap is that it almost never comes with a marching band and fireworks. The transformation scene is always a big show in movies. Lights go off, an orchestra plays, and there is a clear before and after that you can't miss. However, in the real, authentic quantum reality of your life, you often take the leap without making a sound. You will wake up one morning and find that the cloud of worry that used to hang over you is gone. The problem that you couldn't stop thinking about for months and kept you up at night will seem unimportant all of a sudden. It's going to happen now. A conversation that would have made you feel terrible just last week, and you won't feel anything at all. The shift doesn't make a loud noise to let you know it's here. It turns into the new you in a simple and quiet way. Your mind might even try to play down this new state of being because it feels so natural and normal. It could whisper, "Was that it? Was that the big change I was hoping for?" Because of this, it is very important to understand the true, subtle nature of quantum transformation. In physics, an electron's energy level changes very quickly when it jumps to a higher level. There is no steady, slow climb. There doesn't seem to be any effort. 1 nanosecond it is in one orbital, and the next it is fully set up in a different one. This is the exact way to move from one time period to another. The arrival isn't marked by a sign on the outside, but by a feeling of resonance inside. So much of the old frequency of your past fades away, that you can't even remember why it ever felt like home. From the point of view of the brain, this is the last phase of integration. The old, useless parts of your brain have stopped firing, and the new, powerful ones have begun to solidify. There is no need for you to change the way you think or feel. It's just what you are now. Of course you are in that state. This is why a lot of people miss the exact moment they should jump. It feels just like breathing. That's the whole point. The part of you that lives in your new, lovely reality doesn't see it as a shocking miracle. For them, it's just normal. You're now used to this. Small changes in what you like and how you react are often the first signs of this quiet arrival. You might not enjoy foods as much as you used to. It's possible that music that used to move you no longer does. Some places that used to feel like a safe haven may now feel draining or strange. These are not signs that you are lonely or depressed. They are clear signs that the frequency has been raised. Your whole being is now naturally drawn to things that match your new, higher vibration, and it's losing interest in everything that was connected to your old vibration. Also, you may notice that some people are slowly leaving your life without any big fights or dramatic goodbyes. Friendships that were once very important start to feel like work. The things that used to make you happy now make you tired. It's not that those people are bad or wrong. The only reason is that your frequencies don't match up anymore. Your whole social life is being rearranged automatically and lovingly by the quantum field to fit your new state of being perfectly. There is no doubt that this quiet arrival is the most powerful sign of confirmation you could ever get. It's the universe's way of telling you that you have perfectly matched the frequency of what you want, so there is nothing left for it to happen. You're not making it anymore. You're just living it. At this point in the journey, there is a deep and profound peace. You feel like you have finally stopped chasing life and have begun to truly inhabit it. The interesting thing is that when you stop desperately looking for signs, you often start to see them everywhere. Chances will come your way out of the blue. The right people will show up at the right time. There will be a lot of coincidences, like tiny breadcrumbs from the universe leading you forward with love. Now is the time when you want to start tampering with your new reality, going back to overthinking, over-visualizing, or second-guessing yourself, because you still think that manifestation needs to be dramatic and hard. The drama, the struggle, and the work, on the other hand, were all from your old timeline. Your new timetable is all about how things flow. It has to do with trusting that the jump wasn't small just because it felt small. The most permanent changes are often the ones that are the quietest. This is because they happen at the level of your identity. Things changed for you, not just your circumstances. It changed who you are at your core. If you're ready to live from this new truth, say "I embody" in the comments below to set your intention. From wanting to change to being the change, this is your transformation. By typing this word, you're saying that your journey is no longer about getting to a different place. Instead, it's about living fully, breathing, and making all of your decisions from the strong new person you have become. Now is also the time to fully embrace being the body. Instead of always asking, "Did it work?" you start to wonder, "Am I there yet? How can I live my best life as this new version of myself?" From now on, every choice you make will support the new reality you have so gracefully entered. Every move you make stops being a last-ditch effort to make things change and instead becomes a pure expression of your alignment. The quantum field then responds with even more coherence, bringing even more magic and miracles into your life, most of the time without you even trying. Now is not the time to wait for your leap to feel like an earthquake. Instead, listen to the soft whispers. Take note of the calm mornings when you feel lighter for no reason. Listen to the conversations that go smoothly and don't get stuck. Take note of the sudden clarity that comes over decisions that were giving you trouble before. These are the real signs that you've arrived. You're already here. You are now living in your new world. Now all you have to do is keep living there. When you subscribe to this channel, you do more than just watch videos. You have chosen to subscribe to a frequency. You are becoming a part of a conversation and a movement of consciousness that understands that transformation is our birthright and that reality can change. It's not just about getting information. It has to do with height. Here is the most important truth. It's not by accident that you made it this far through my message today. You have been vibrating with a higher timeline, which is why you are getting this message. You've already been adjusting your energy to match the frequency of the you who already has everything you want. It's no longer about trying to get to a faraway place on this trip. You've made it. After building this amazing new base, it's time to make it stable, fit everything together, and grow. In terms of quantum mechanics, the jump you just made is just the start. Not what you want, but the coherence of who you are being is what the quantum field responds to most strongly. And you've just shown yourself that you can maintain that coherence long enough for a whole new, beautiful reality to collapse around you. The next step in your journey is to make this new frequency your permanent home. That means you won't have to fall back on old, weak habits when things get too quiet. That means you can't check the universe to see if it's still listening. It's about becoming so firmly rooted in your new identity that you can't be shaken. Don't forget that you're not here to make your life look a certain way. There is already everything you've ever dreamed of in your reality. You are here to align with it and then watch in awe as it unfolds in front of you with such grace and ease that it seems almost natural. That's what it means to live in harmony with the quantum field. You might want to listen to this message every day for the next week, maybe in the morning to get your day started on a positive note. Also, please share this video with someone you know is ready to hear this advice. You are not just assisting someone in awakening when you discuss concepts of quantum consciousness like these. You are making it easier for yourself to live these truths and sending out beautiful, synchronistic waves that will speed up your journey. Feel free to leave one word in the comments below that describes the energy you want to carry from now on. That should be your energetic signature, your clear message to the quantum field of the frequency you now call home. I hope to see you on our next call. Keep your mind clear, stay in the present, and trust in the quiet, deep power of the leap you've already taken.